Rain taps softly on the old tin-entry roof. Wet boots formed a circle beside splintered wooden pews. I carried one cracked chair from my silent kitchen. Neighbors laid out wood glue clamps and folded cloth. No speeches filled the room, just patient breathing. Sun found colored windows while we started sanding. Inside church of the broken morning poured through colored glass. We mended every loose board while the hard rain passed. Hands found steady rhythm where the floorboards grown. Each careful repair made this room feel home. That chair held every supper after work ran late. Its back had split beneath stacked winter blankets. I shaped a maple brace beside the open doorway. Someone hummed low harmony above the steady scraping. By noon the braces sat square, the seat held firm. I carried it outside beneath the clearing sky. What looked beyond repair still answered patient hands. Fresh sawdust glowed like gold across the floor. Inside church of the broken morning poured through colored glass. We mended every loose board while the hard rain passed. Hands found steady rhythm where the floorboards grown. Each careful repair made this room feel home. Morning found me opening the cedar toolbox. One rusty hinge complained against the scarred workbench. I brushed old curls of pine from every door. A faded pencil mark still measured my first shelf. My hands knew every groove before my thoughts caught up. I set the crooked bench beneath the window. Scars and sawdust covered both the bench and me. Every mark remembered work that shaped these hands. I sanded lightly, leaving honest edges showing. Warm grain caught daylight where the dust had been. I tightened wooden braces with patient quarter turns. The warped front drawer slid square after careful planing. Beneath one handle slept a note in pencil. It named the shelf I built on trembling legs. I rubbed clear oil slowly over every weathered surface. The bench stood ready when the shadows lengthened. Some marks deserve a place beneath the finish. I left them visible and swept the floor. Scars and sawdust covered both the bench and me. Every mark remembered work that shaped these hands. I sanded lightly, leaving honest edges showing. Warm grain caught daylight where the dust had been. Mother rolled softly above the attic window. I sorted unpaid worries into careful little stacks. The oldest envelope held my own handwriting. I had listed every fear without an answer. A worn family book waited inside a cedar chest. Its ribbon rested near a pencil promise. From burden to Bible, I laid each worry by the ribbon. The rain kept drumming while my restless hands grew still. A family promise waited under folded paper. Morning made the heaviest page feel possible. I read the margin notes beside the window. Each plain sentence carried years of kitchen wisdom. I crossed one worry out and wrote one action, then placed the unpaid bills beside tomorrow's tools. The storm moved on beyond the dripping roof line. I closed the chest and kept the book nearby. The page held nothing easy, only steady truth. My shoulders lowered as the first bird called. From burden to Bible, I laid each worry by the ribbon. Rain kept drumming while my restless hands grew still. A family promise waited under folded paper. Morning made the heaviest page feel possible. Frost silvered the windows of the empty seed house. I turned the stubborn key before the sun arrived. Dust-covered clay pots stacked along the benches. Old planted charts curled beside a broken heater. Three neighbors brought fresh soil and cedar boards. We raised the shades and let the morning enter. Second Chance County woke beneath those cloudy panes. Hands filled every tray with patient rows of grain. The empty seed house hung with measured footsteps. By spring our windows would hold living color. Second Chance County woke, yeah, yeah, beneath those cloudy panes, yeah, yeah. Hands filled every tray with patient road, yeah, yeah, yeah. The empty seed house hung with measured footsteps. By spring our windows would hold living color. I prepared the heater while the others planted. Warm air slowly cleared circles on the glass. A child pressed one beam beneath dark soil, then marked the wooden labels, ran silver toward the ditch. We swept the aisles hung with measured footsteps. By spring our windows would hold living color. Second Chance County walk beneath those cloudy panes. Hands filled every tray with patient rows of green. The empty seed house hung with measured footsteps. By spring all windows would hold living color. Before dawn, flour dust, the quiet kitchen counter. A folded note waited beside the mixing bowl. Her careful hand write held a quiet prayer. She asked for nothing, only name my worry. The porch latch rattled whenever cold wind pushed. I carried my toolbox through the blue morning. Mama's prayers still work through every line beside the sink. Her folded notes stay warm beneath my working hands. I fixed the porch latch before her footsteps crossed. Morning filled the kitchen like she knew it would. I squared the loose plate and replaced each worn screw, then oiled the hinge until the gate moved quietly. Inside, fresh biscuits cooled beneath the cotton she entered, carrying kindle in a woven basket. Her hand tested the latch, then touched my shoulder. We ate by the window as the frost receded. No grand sign arrived beyond that steady morning. Only her small smile and a door holding firm. Mama's prayers still work through every line beside the sink. Her folded notes stayed warm beneath my working hands. I fixed the porch latch before her footsteps crossed. Morning filled the kitchen like she knew it would. Rain parquet, shadows to the basement windows. One dial receiver, then moved beneath my thumb. Its wooden case smelled faint, low under tires. I turned the knob and then moved, and noise came through. On rock bottom radio, a weak signal crossed the rain. A midnight caller spoke about beginning small again. I tuned past every hiss until the room felt clear, then wrote tomorrow's list beside the glowing dial. The caller described a bench rebuilt from scraps. Each measured board became a reason to continue. I cleared my own, worked the book beneath the low work land. Loose plans and overdue notes formed separate piles before the weak transmission faded into gentle static. I circled one small task and set my tools. The storm kept moving, beyond the concrete wall. One clear voice left the silence useful. On rock bottom radio, a weak signal crossed the rain. A midnight caller spoke about beginning small again. I tuned past every hiss until the room felt clear, then wrote tomorrow's list beside the glowing dial. Workshop steam clouded the narrow washroom mirror. I scrubbed dark grease from both tired hands. A week of missed promises crowded my thoughts. The glass revealed a stare that kept escaping. I wiped one circle clean with my sleeve. Gray dawn waited sturdily behind my shoulders. Facing the mirror, held my tired eyes at last. Steam left the glass while dawn drew cleaner lines. I named each promise I had dodged that week, then opened the door before my courage cooled. I wrote the first apology on scrap paper. The second became a call from the break room. I moved in neglected order onto my bench, then measured every cut before the shake began. By breakfast, sunlight crossed the spotless basin. My reflection stayed when I looked up again. Honesty arrived without thunder or bright signs. Just clear glass and work already started. Facing the mirror, held my tired eyes at last. Steam left the glass while dawn drew cleaner lines. I named each promise I had dodged that week, then opened the door before my courage cooled. Cold puddles mirrored rows of empty clay pots. A torn roof panel fluttered above the seedlings. I climbed the ladder, carrying tape and canvas. I sealed the gap while robins tested morning. Clear sunlight spread gold across the rescued leaves. Every silver drop released the night behind it. The patched roof held beneath the warming breeze. I watched green shadows gather on the aisle. I drained the puddles through the lower channel, then raised each tray above the dampened boards. New sprouts lean slowly toward the brighter glass. Their tender stems had weathered every cold hour. I marked the damaged corner for a proper repair, then brewed warm tea beside the open door. The storm left proof on canvas and wet soil. Morning answered quietly through every living leaf. Clear sunlight spread gold across the rescued leaves. Every silver drop released the night behind it. The patched roof held beneath the warming breeze. I watched green shadows gather on the island. My workshop door stuck behind unfinished orders. Partly finished shelves leaned crooked by the wall. Every promise wore a paper tag and deadline. I had said tomorrow until space disappeared. Morning found me standing in the narrow aisle, with sharpened pencil, broom, and honest count. Chains I made lay tangled across my crowded bench. Each broken promise pulled another hour behind it. I chose the oldest order and cleared one square. By noon the doorway opened to fresh air. I finished sanding corners on a maple cabinet, then wrapped the hinges safely in brown paper. A waiting family answered on the first ring. I named the delay without a polished excuse. Their patient pickup cleared the western wall. I crossed one tag and reached for another. 'Cause sounded like a broom across concrete. The open door stayed clear when evening came. Chains I made lay tangled across my crowded bench. Each broken promise pulled another hour behind it. I chose the oldest order and cleared one square. By noon the doorway opened to fresh air. Three envelopes waiting beneath the workshop door. Road dust off in every careful handwritten corner. I set my gloves beside the cooling stove, then opened each one beneath the window light. The first described beans climbing kitchen twine. The next held pressed leaves from the backfield. Letters from home brought warm dust into the room. Every slant of word returned a familiar doorway. I read them slowly while the kettle whispered. Outside evening settled over stacked timber. The final page included one rough sketch. Our road porch swing leaned beneath drawn clouds. A note beside it asked when I was coming. I checked my calendar against the cooling glass, then folded word close into my canvas bag. At dawn I left the spare key on the hook. That pencil porch line pulled harder than distance. I carried every page inside my coat. Letters from home brought warm dust into the room. Every slant of word returned a familiar doorway. I read them slowly while the kettle whispered. Outside evening settled over stacked timber. Before sunrise, I reached the unfinished bedroom. Flatboards waited where new shelves should stand. I had promised completion before the cold week, then missed 2 mornings without any clear reason. The family slept while I measured each corner. My pencil moved quietly across the pale wood. The person they trusted showed up before sunrise. I measured every board and finished what I promised. Their quiet smiles returned around the painted shelves. I stayed through supper, listening more than explaining. Yeah, I cut each shelf outside beneath the canvas. Fine dust settled softly across my folded sleeves. By noon, the brackets held a careful level. Their books stood straight beside a woven lamp. I swept the floor before the children entered. One small hand traced a smooth front edge. Trust returned quietly through square corners and patience. I packed my tools after the room felt settled. The person they trusted showed up before sunrise. I measured every board and finished what I promised. Their quiet smiles returned around the painted shelves. I stayed through supper, listening more than explaining. Dawn opened slowly to cross the long wet pavement. A borrowed toolbox rested beside my packed lunch. 3 handwritten addresses waited near the gear shift. Each marked a promise left too long unfinished. I checked the straps and started toward the fields. Low clouds broke apart above the fence lines. Redemption Highway carried me past every old excuse. At each gravel drive I return what I owe. Open hands receive the tools without a lecture. The empty truck grew lighter with the miles. The final stop stood beyond a weathered orchard. I brought a repaired planer wrapped in canvas. Its owner tested smooth cuts on cedar, then nodded toward a chair beside the doorway. We shared warm soup while rain crossed the windows. I left with only lunch crumbs on the seat. The road home shone beneath the clearing sky. Nothing followed but the hum of tires. Redemption Highway carried me past every old excuse. At each gravel drive I return what I owe. Open hands receive the tools without a lecture. The empty truck grew lighter with the miles. Morning exposed every box along my hallway. I raised each shade and felt the same. Then sheets caught the item into labeled wooden crates. Hey, oh, hey, hey. I carried broken boxes to the paper bin. Clean work shirts found hooks beside the door. I set my lunch inside the cool cupboard, then placed my boots beneath the wooden bench. I carried broken boxes to the paper bin. Clean work shirts found hooks beside the door. Then placed my boots beneath the wooden bed. The clock received a spring steady. Then she's caught evening somewhere towards sleep. daylight warmed the ridge. Yeah. Higher ground waiting beyond the so-clothed field. We moved our careful work above the rising water. Inside the upper barn, we built dry shelves. Canvas covered in light in wooden mold. Wrap around way beyond so-clothed field. We moved our careful work above the rising water. Each muddy trip preserved another month of making. The last car crossed as daylight warmed the ridge. At the finished oak table, a quilt protected every carefully planned corner. The invoice weighted clip beside my gloves. I checked each strap beneath the porch light. My truck started softly in the morning fog. Fence post appeared and vanished down the road. Down on the dashboard, rode beside my careful breathing. The handmade table waited steady in the back. I followed fence posts through the lifting morning fog. The doorway opened wide before my worry one. At the farmhouse, 4 people lifted together. We carried the table through a narrow doorway. Its legs sat level on the kitchen floor. A child ran fingers over the smooth grain. The family placed wildflowers inside a blue pitcher. The payment rested warm inside my pocket. The empty truck felt wider on return. Sunlight found the glass where fear had written. Down on the dashboard, rode beside my careful breathing. The handmade table waited steady in the back. I followed fence posts through the lifting morning fog. The doorway opened wide before my worry one. frost had empty half the backyard garden. Dead vines clung tightly to the leaning trellis. I brought cedar stakes before the sun warmed. I dug around roots without disturbing green sprouts, then tied each living stem with cotton twine. One bed a day at a time grew beside the fence. One mended board made room for climbing beams. Fresh soil covered roots the frost had lifted. By evening green leaves faced the open sky. Cleared one bed and left the rest tomorrow. A robin followed every turn, a dark earth. The compost warmed my hands through warm gloves. I planted peace beneath the line of string. Rain barrels caught the first soft afternoon shower. The garden gate closed square before supper. Small work became visible across the quiet roads. I washed the shovel and mark tomorrow's bed. One bed a day at a time grew beside the fence. One mended board made room for climbing beams. Fresh soil covered roots the frost had lifted. By evening green leaves faced the open sky. When the frost split plaster along the workshop wall, morning light entered through a crooked silver seam. I moved the workbench clear of falling dust, then tapped each timber, listening for weakness. One corner sagged beneath the weather rafters. I braced it gently with a seasoned beam. Cracked but standing, the old wall caught the dawn. Its weathered frame still held beneath my careful hands. I filled each narrow seam and squared the corner. Fresh plaster warmed slowly in the window light. I mixed the lime until it held smooth ridges. A broad wooden float carried it across stone. The longest crack disappeared beneath 3 passes. I left one hairline visible near the window. It marked the winter every timber endured. By dusk the bench returned against the wall. Repair did not erase the seasons there. It gave the room another steady morning. Cracked but standing, the old wall caught the dawn. Its weathered frame still held beneath my careful hands. I filled each narrow seam and squared the corner. Fresh plaster warmed slowly in the window light. The kitchen clock moves softly past the waiting tape. Blank pedal cooled while sunrise crossed the kitchen tiles. I own the years, I answer her with distance, then walk the letter down our gravel drive. My sibling met me near the garden gate. They read the page beneath the budding pear. We moved dry leaves between our waiting shoes. No instant answer came, only a chair offered. We sat beside the fence until noon, then plan one supper without solving every season. Repair began with silence honestly shared. The folded page stayed open on their knees. I wrote forgive me first across the waiting page. The kettle cooled while sunrise crossed the kitchen tiles. I own the years, I answered her with distance, then walked the letter down our gravel drive. My father's tool chest waited by the stair. Its iron handles chilled my morning palms. Inside lay planes wrapped in warm cotton. Each one carried curls from finished ore. I had promised space inside my new workshop. Today the empty bench stood prepared beside it. The weight I carry pressed hard against both hands, but every careful step returned these tools to work. Their wooden handles warm beneath the window sun. I set the chest where future shadows would rise. I cleaned each plank with oil and folded cloth. Thin cedar ribbons gathered near my boots. The smallest plank still made a shining edge. I tested every square against new timber. My Newman chest held order once again. I closed its lid and started on the shelves. But every careful step returned these tools to work. Their wooden handles warm beneath the window sun. I set the chest where future shadows would rise. Morning mist cut the gate I left years earlier. The lower hinge still leaned toward the ditch. The lower hinge still leaned toward the ditch. My pack bag rested beside the porch step inside. Warm breath scented the narrow hallway. No one asked for speeches at the doorway. They hadn't every inch familiar windows. Warm hands passed tools without reopening or blame. The porch light waited through the gathering dust. We lifted the gate until its latch sat square. Fresh grease quieted the stubborn lower hinge. A younger cousin swept rust from the past. Someone called us inside for vegetable stew. My old room held a quilt across the bed. I placed my pack bag beneath the chair. Returning sounded like a latch closing cleanly. I slept while soft rain crossed the roof. Prodigal rode home, landed beside that leaning gate. I tightened every hinge, familiar windows. Warm hands passed tools without reopening old blame. The porch light waited through the gathering dust. Neighbors brought small rakes and empty baskets. We'd gather what the rushing water spared. Grace in the gravel grew green beside the lane. There rose between old tire tracks after steady rain. I knelt to clear the stones and found them holding a quiet second harvest from one careless spill. Weeks later, leaves appeared between pale stones. I built a low border from leftover cedar. Soft compost filled the gaps around each stem. The beans climbed twine beside the wagon path. Neighbors stopped to count the opening blossoms. We left the strongest roots exactly where they grew. A clumsy loss became an unexpected garden. Rain kept teaching patience between the stones. Grace in the gravel grew green beside the lane. They rose between old tire tracks after steady rain. I knelt to clear the stones and found them holding a quiet second harvest from one careless spill. on settled outside the cabin shop. I switched one land way to one the loose and runner. The order note that curled beside my pencil. My hands felt stiff until the plane moved. Pale maple ribbons won the concrete floor. Still here working, I watched dawn gather at my window. One steady pass brought every piece in line. The chair began to rock without a whisper. Sun crossed the bench before I signed the note. I shaped a narrow wedge from seasoned maple with blue shone briefly beneath the tightened seam. While it rested, I sharpened 3 worn pencils, then swept each curling ribbon toward the bin. By noon, the chair held every measured test. I wrapped it softly in a moving quilt. Years live quietly inside these practiced hands. The lamps stay warm above tomorrow's work. Still here working, I watched dawn gather at my window. One steady pass brought every piece in line. The chair began to rock without a whisper. Sun crossed the bench before I signed the note. I watched dawn gather at my window. One steady pass brought every piece in line. The chair began to rock without a whisper. Sun crossed the bench before I signed the note. Our kitchen table waited beneath a drop cloth. Deep scratches crossed the place where meals were shared. One corner carried heat from a forgotten pan. Another held small letters carved during childhood. I set fine paper beside a bowl of water. Worked along the grain beneath soft daylight. Sawdust keeps the scars where family stories settle. I smoothed the splinters but preserved each honest mark. Clear finish, deepened rings from countless supper plates. The table shone without pretending it was new. I filled the deepest split with matching walnut. The carved small letters stayed beside the corner. Sunset turned old scratches into copper lines. I rubbed the final coat with folded cotton, then carried every chair back from the hallway. Warm bowls of rye before the serpent cooled. Restoration kept the history under our hands. We gathered close and added one more ring. Sawdust keeps the scars where family stories settle. I smoothed the splinters but preserved each honest mark. Clear finish, deepened rings from countless supper plates. The table shone without pretending it was new.